of the football team, and he is a part of the 12th man team. On the road, they travel only one. At home, they can use an entire team if they want. That'll Moffitt a little shaken up after that fray.
Dexter Wesley, number 75. This is a little adjustment that Mike Sherman made, the offensive line coach for Texas A&M. Because the backers are working up the field so far, he pulled the tackle out on the toss play and opened it wide open.
Dexter Wesley with that good block. Klingler wide open. Over the middle, Sherman Smith. Sherman still on his feet, and now here comes a flag in at the 35. 18 yards. And it may be more than that because the Cougars are signaling face mask.
Have to be impressed with Jimmy Klingler tonight.
We have a face mask foul against the defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
He makes Texas A&M pay when they blitz and also when they sit back in coverage. Sherman Smith just sits down in the open area. There's the face mask that they call.
A few groans from the crowd. Look at this as a giveaway takeaway margin. University of Houston minus 19. That's what, 107 in the nation. But tonight, no turnovers.
That's the key. They have not caused turnovers tonight. They haven't been able to sack them either.
Offside against Texas A&M. The ball is incomplete. Keith Jack is the man that he wanted.
Free play for Jimmy Klingler because he knew he threw A&M off sides.
Mike, you know, the other guy that has been silenced tonight, we have not called Marcus Buckley's name more than a couple of times in this ball game.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
Ron, there's a reason, and the reason is that Houston only drops back about 4 or 5 yards, but Jimmy Klingler gets rid of the ball quickly. Doesn't give Marcus Buckley a chance to play in this game tonight.
One tackle is what he is credited with officially. Marcus Buckley. Option play to the short side of the field. Lamar Smith, now he's going to reverse it. Going to be hit and run down at the 43. Reggie Graham is the first man who got there, and there were a lot of Aggie headgears coming after him.
Talked about Marcus Buckley. This is a game for a pass rusher. Watch as he starts to trail the option play. Now the reverse by Lamar Smith, number 26. Lamar Smith, there's no place to go, Lamar.
Look at Klingler throw the block.
You can have losses in the run and shoot because you can make it up because you're vertically throwing the ball down the field almost every play.
We're tied at 17 if you just joined us. 8:20 left in the third quarter. Klingler throws it complete. Sherman Smith tries to break off the tackle, but Mickens says, nope, this is it. But he is just across midfield.
Ron, Houston has 5 offensive linemen in one back blocking. So that's 6 people. Now, if Texas A&M decides to come with 7 people, the 7th man, the responsibility for him goes to Jimmy Klingler. He has to read the 7th man coming. When he sees the 7th man coming, he dumps the ball off quick, and that's why it's tough to blitz him.
And Mike, look what has happened because of the continuity and no turnovers tonight. They've scored on their last 3 possessions. 4 plays, 5 plays, and 10 plays. Boy, that's going to be close.
I don't think he's made it.
Lamar Smith, from where they're spotting it, from where the linesman has come in, no, he's going to be short by almost 1.5 yards, and it's Marcus Buckley who would not let him go.
Sam Adams and Eric England, number 92. Sam Adams, 95. Read that play from the start.
Good hand for this Houston offense and also for the Aggie defense as Avance comes in to kick it away.
John Jenkins would like to have that call back, and he might have preferred to throw the football on 3rd and short.
Yeah, that little quick out. have the return on. Good coverage kick. Fair catch has been signaled for. And Frazier makes it at the 12-yard line. 38-yard punt, and we'll take a break. 7:17 left in the third quarter. We're tied.
At Whataburger, we didn't have to go very far to find the inspiration for our family of breakfast biscuits. In fact, our recipe may even sound a bit familiar. Use only the best ingredients. Make them fresh from scratch every morning and offer a nice assortment so people can have their favorites. So the next time you enjoy a Whataburger biscuit for breakfast, just remember who you have to thank.
Oh, don't mention it.
Whataburger, the genuine article.
Store Manager Mike Brandon.
At Brookshire Brothers, we do our best to keep our customers happy. We realize it's you we're working for. If you haven't shopped Brookshire Brothers, this is what you're missing.
Brookshire Brothers is one of the best stores in this area.
I shop at Brookshire Brothers on my way home from work. If I need anything, I just run in, and the people are very friendly.
I shop at Brookshire Brothers because I like the quality of the food they have here. At Brookshire Brothers, we have a smile in store for you.
Wall to wall. NCAA basketball action begins with tournament excitement on ESPN, the NIT. Tournament action tips off with Murray State against Indiana, the NIT, Wednesday night at 7:30 Eastern, live. ESPN, wall to wall.
Well, some of the Aggie faithful on hand. It's journeyed down here from Bryan College Station. Our score tied at 17, and here are the standings in the Southwest Conference. A&M at 4-0, Texas at 3-1, Baylor and Rice at 3-2. The remainder of the conference: Tech 2-3, SMU 2-4, Houston at 1-3, and TCU at 1-4. TCU getting their first conference win this past weekend as they shocked Texas up in Fort Worth. And here are the games remaining. TCU on the 21st, and on the 26th we'll have that game Thanksgiving night, Texas A&M at Texas. And you're looking at Granger, Jeff Granger, the left-handed pitcher of the Texas Aggies, who started the season as the starter quarterback, and we'll talk a little bit more about him. Bullock straight ahead with the run. Greg Hill has 5, 6, and 7 as he blasts his way out to the 18-yard line. Granger started off at quarterback, and Mike, we saw him in that opening game, and we were doing a rehearsal game out in California, in Anaheim, against Stanford, and he got off to a little bit of a rough start because he hasn't played that much football, quite frankly. He's played a lot of baseball. Anyway, he has given way to the freshman. There's a very amiable, in fact, a very good relationship between the two. And as R.C. Slocum said to me earlier today, we simply would not be where we are without Jeff Granger. Running play close to the first down as Johnson comes up and hits Greg Hill just as he gets over the 20.
Jeff Granger helped win that Texas A&M game with 2 late drives, or the Stanford game with 2 late drives. And it's nice to have a quarterback on the bench with that much experience that you can bring in to change the complexion of a ball game. So it benefits them to have 2 quarterbacks with playing experience.
You know, I think it's really been tough on the youngster as well, as he has worked very hard. As you look at them stretching out the chain, just short. But some fans got, very overzealous at times about his performance. And here's a young guy that said, okay, he was not going to play football, just baseball. And he came back, and R.C. Slocum knew that they needed someone who had some playing experience to come back. And anyway, that's one of the reasons he made that statement. And I said, R.C., will he be back next year if Pullick continues to start and play well? And he said, probably not. But he said, I can't begin to tell you how much we appreciate where he has gotten us in this season.
Well, his job tonight is to block the view of the Houston coaches so that Bob Toledo can flash the signals out to number 4, Corey Pullick.
Gross comes in at fullback, number 33. He goes straight ahead with the quarterback sneak. Dixon is somewhere down at the bottom of that pile along with Ryan McCoy. First down, A&M.
It's interesting tonight that A&M 7 tries. The average starting field position has been their own 19-yard line. So Melvin Robertson and the defensive plan and the special teams made Texas A&M work the length of the field.
Clock about to run under. 6 minutes left in the third. Tied at 17. Good play action ball. Almost intercepted, and it's caught by Harrison. Harrison will come out of bounds. You can see that heavily taped ankle with his, if he were uninjured, he might have tried to turn that one up and go, but he just didn't have it with the gimpy ankle.
Corey Pullig with a nice fake to his running back, Greg Hill, enough to hold the linebackers and create the seam. Steve Harris, number 23, trying to come over the top of Tony Harris. I think his own teammates thought maybe he had the football.
I did too for a moment. What an interception that would have been as he came right across the top. And there's that taped ankle. We mentioned to you earlier as Harrison left the field after he made the catch over the middle, he hurt it.
Trouble getting this one off. 1 second left on the clock, and nice move by Corey Pullig. The freshman realized that the 25-second clock was about to run out, made the timeout.
So we'll take a break. Harrison now with 99 yards and receptions in the game, tied at 17. Back to Houston in just a moment.
At Radio Shack, there's more to the name. Top electronics, computers and games, more products and service than ever before. It's all from America's technology store. The best in America, Radio Shack. Nobody compares to Radio Shack. Names you can trust, products you know, the service you count on. There's one place to go for the best in America. Radio Shack.
United Airlines. In 12 cities, in 11 Latin American countries, they're playing our song. Come fly the airline that's uniting the world. Come fly the friendly skies.
Before you know it, the wrong gasoline could make your new car perform like your first car. May we suggest Chevron Supreme with Tetraline, the high-octane gasoline that helps revive performance in a big way. Chevron, simply smarter.
The Texas Aggies on offense as they move from the Houston 46-yard line. It is a 1st and 10, and Hill and Rodney Thomas, both tailbacks, in the backfield. Pitch comes to Thomas. Knees kicking high, has 5, has 10, runs over a defensive back, and it's a gain of 13 yards. Steve Harris defensively.
This formation is giving Houston some problems. When both tailbacks are in there, then they motion one of the tailbacks out, and it creates a problem on who's going to force the run for Houston. Motion, moves the linebacker out a little bit. Nigel Ventress, now a good block by Greg Hill, the tailback, and there's no one forcing the football. They found a little flaw in the defense.
Play action. Pumps it once. Now going to go for the end zone. Got a man there, and incomplete. As Brian Mitchell, the sophomore out of Dallas Carter, went high in the end zone, couldn't come down with it.
Well, you're talking about the curl route, curl route, curl route. Eventually, you're going to have a curl where you take off, and Brian Mitchell did that on that play, but John W. Brown, number 25, is up to the challenge. John W. Brown to the right corner. John Brown, number 22, to the left corner.
17-17. Just over 5 to play. Third quarter. this one and has it complete to Matthews. They will spot him down at the 23. And let's go to Adrian Karsten.
Well, Ron, the Aggies are beginning to pass a little bit more now over midfield, but they think they found a hole on the left side of the line when the ball is to the field, to the left side over Wesley and Dickerson, rather, the defensive line Dixon. They're going to try and run right over the top of him because they think they've got a hole there. He is playing Dixon, the defensive line for Houston, toward the center, so they're giving him a little extra room there, an extra hole. They may run right over the top of the left side of the A&M offensive line now.
All right, we'll look for it. 8th play of this drive. Rodney Thomas, sore shoulder and all, put a head down, and boy, he runs tough. Jerome Williams is the man that he went over the top of.
That's what I'm talking about. They motion out Greg Hill, and that loosens up the linebacker, and that creates the toss sweep. There's no one supporting the football. There's the first block. There's the block on the linebacker. Then just good strong running by Rodney Thomas, number 20.
Again, they use the motion. But this time the running play, he breaks off the tackle. Still on his feet and inside the 10. What an unbelievable effort by Rodney Thomas. Mike, a run like that has got to ignite you. If that doesn't fire you up, you need to go sit on the bench.
Well, you're right. If you're on the A&M side, you like that run. But if you're Melvin Robinson, the defensive coordinator, you're wondering where your guys are not wrapping up to make the tackle. Too many people have a chance at him. They don't wrap their arms up. There's one. There's two. See, no one's wrapping their arms, and he's able to come out of the tackle. There's 3 and then down.
Thomas now 11 carries, 56 yards, and he gets a breather. First and goal, Texas A&M. Greg Hill this time. Carter in front. Turns the corner. Touchdown, Texas A&M. 9 yards.
Ron, I'll tell you who had a great block was Jason Matthews, number 67. Picked up a good block also from Doug Carter, the fullback.
Greg Hill with his second touchdown tonight. We mentioned earlier that he had scored in 8 straight ball games. That's his 13th touchdown of the season here on the verge of Friday the 13th. Extra point attempt by Venetoulias is up and good. Tough thing for the Houston Cougar defense there is the Aggies just lined up like a big old heavyweight and said, we're going to send you some body punches and tell us how you can handle this. And for the first time, the Cougars had to give a little ground, Mike.
They're starting to win the battle of the offensive line. Number 67 with a key block, and then you're going to get another block by the fullback, Doug Carter. But Jason Matthews, 67, pull out. There's the seal. There's the block by Doug Carter. Touchdown, Greg Hill.
Well, be sure to join us at 11:30 Eastern Time this Saturday for College Game Day. All the inside stories and information that you need to get ready for your football Saturday. Then at 7 o'clock, the Residence Inn College School Board, followed at 7:30 by number 2 Alabama against number 16 Mississippi State. Saturday, 7:30 Eastern Time. Mike, Adrian, and myself will be in Starkville, Mississippi. We leave bright and early in the morning. Look forward to seeing the good people up at Starkville. The Crimson Tide and the Bulldogs. This is going to be Donald Moffett from the 2. Wow, is he tagged at the 10. White, one of the first men to get downfield along with Marcus Batts, number 4. White and Batts on the stop.
Marcus Batts, number 4, on the special team. Absorbs a block, makes the tackle.
You see, when you watch those isolations, why they call that the suicide squad, because, buddy, you got to really enjoy the game to love covering kicks on a regular basis.
Well, you have to stand your guys there to block. You wiggle away from them a little bit, but then you get back in your lane.
10 plays, 88 yards for the Aggies, 3 minutes and 36 seconds. There's the short pass we were talking about, and Sherman Smith is the recipient of the Ray Mickens hit.
A&M's used to the fact of being behind, fighting to get the lead now. Their defense trying to put a little pressure on Jimmy Klingler. But he's been up to the task this entire game.
Sanders, number 31, checks into the backfield. Pass is caught by Sanders, and he catches Mickens at the same time.
Ray Mickens is the extra defensive back. He's the nickel back in Texas A&M scheme, and he has made 2 big tackles here on 1st and 2nd down.
And you can see that Sanders is shaken up after this hit.
Jimmy Klingler was pressured, didn't get much on the football. Ray Mickens was licking his chops on that one.
Third down, the line to make is the 22.
Having trouble getting the play in the signal, and there's 9 seconds on the 25-second clock.
By Buckley, and it is tipped and almost intercepted by Jason Atkinson. And let's go down to Adrian.
For kickoff, I talked about this A&M defense might make the difference in the ball game tonight, and I think we're seeing it right now. For the first time, these guys are up and on their feet, and they have stuffed the Houston Cougars.
Oh boy, they really did.
Not a good series for Houston. It didn't really challenge him down the field for the first time tonight.
That's the first time tonight, in fact, that the Cougars have been 3 downs and out, Mike. Good kick. Navas punt to Frazier. No fair catch. He'll try to return it, and he goes across midfield to the 49-yard line. And believe it or not, we had a special teams play, and there was no marker. College basketball is back, and it begins with the NIT on ESPN beginning Wednesday at Indiana as they host Murray State at 7:30 Eastern Time. The 5 teams from last year's Sweet 16 are in the NIT field. Seton Hall, Indiana, UCLA, Florida State, and UTEP, along with Iowa State and Tennessee, also in the field.
I'm going to go out and watch UCLA practice football on Wednesday. Then I'm going to take in Jim Herrick's UCLA Bruins against...
Well, your nephew is a coach on that.
St. Louis. Yes, he is. Looking forward to watching play. Football practice first.
Pulling with the play action. Pressure is on. Gets it out. He's got a man open. It's Hill. Hill inside the 35-yard line. That's Blanc who's holding on for dear life.
It's like the intensity switch has been turned on for Texas A&M on offense. They have set the tempo in this second half for their entire football team. Good mix by Bob Toledo, the offensive coordinator. Good play action, little cheap fake, but also the fakes to Greg Hill, number 27, then he comes out of the backfield to make this reception.
Mike, plus the fact it's a tough time to be 3 and out because A&M just had a 10-play drive. Now the defense has to go right back on the field. Hill, they use him in motion again, but they go straight ahead with the handoff. And Thomas grabbed by the ankle by Miguel Ventress, and if he does not, there is some good yardage downfield.
Looks like a late flag too, Ron.
Going to be offensive holding against Texas A&M. This is the best field position on this drive that the Aggies have started with this evening.
They're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. R.C. Slocum's offensive line against the defensive line of Houston. Starting to wear that defensive front down.
Good look at Stephen Dixon, number 63, out of Sugar Land, Texas, just to the south of Houston.
He's 6 foot, 260 pounds. He's playing against Tyler Harrison, who's 6'4", 275.
First down and 19 yards for the first down. And take a look at the first downs in his hand. Aggies have roared back. Pullick pumps it once. Now going to go long to the end zone, and it is caught by Mitchell. Inside the 5, first and goal Aggies. 39 yards.
Houston is playing so tight on coverage, and they're biting for the fake. The pump fake to Corey Pullick pumps the football. Number 4, look at the, well, he's already made the pump. Now he throws the football, and a good adjustment by Brian Mitchell versus Steve Harris, number 23. Good adjustment as he moves around and makes the catch.
Mike, what great athletic ability. He not only got turned around, he turned reverse, which is even harder. Kept his eye on the ball, focused, and caught it. First and goal. Number 3 for him tonight. His kick is good. On the toss play, the tailback looks to the block of the tight end, number 86, Greg Short. It's his block. The tackle pulls out with a good block. Doug Carter, number 32. Dexter Wesley, 75. Blocked very well. Mike Sherman, the offensive line coach of A&M, was good adjustments at halftime for the A&M offense. Greg Hill now 18 carries, 61 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
We made a point of all the defensive players that Houston lost. It's starting to affect them right now. They don't have any depth, and they're wearing down against this Texas A&M offense.
Yeah, in fact, you could see that some of those kids look as though they're a little winded. And what they need right now more than anything, not only the points, but they need the offense to stay on the field for a bit. 31-17, Aggies lead. Moffitt, and he will not return this one. Mike, we got only 23 seconds left in this third quarter.
Ron, you talk about this. Everybody beats down the Southwest Conference, but do you realize they've had a better winning percentage in out-of-conference play this year than the Big Ten? The Southwest Conference is 17-14-1. The Big Ten is 13-17-1. And in the last 5 years, they've had a winning percentage out-of-conference play. The Big Ten's had a losing record. In the last 10 years, Southwest Conference has a better winning percentage than the Big Ten. So people knock this league, but maybe for the wrong reasons. Because Arkansas left, I mean, there's still some solid football in the Southwest Conference.
The 3 touchdowns by Hill ties. Oh, we'll check out in just a second here. Can't read the note. Pass is right over the middle. Keith Jack, and then gets knocked down at the 32-yard line. That's a career high, is what the note was saying, with the 3 touchdowns by Hill.
So you better have a strong arm if you're a quarterback in the run and shoot, because you're throwing all night.
Quick handoff in the run, and Lamar Smith will take it out over the 40-yard line, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. So let's take a break as we look at it one more time. And as we head to the fourth period, It is Texas A&M 31 and the Houston Cougars 17. Greg Hill, 3 touchdowns so far in this one tonight. Let's take a break.
Something to drink, sir?
Yeah, make it a Bud Light.
Sorry, we just ran out.
Oh. Excuse me. Bud Light?
Try Flight 261 out of L.A.
Oh, thank you.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Do you have a Bud Light?
Yes. Welcome aboard, sir.
Great. Where are we going?
One of these engines was filled with Castrol Syntec, a new synthetic oil. The rest with conventional oils. They were then drained and started without oil to prove a point. You see, Syntec's unique molecular structure bonds to engine parts. Lab tests show it leaves a layer of protection far stronger than conventional oil. And if Syntec protects this well now, imagine if you leave it in. Castrol Syntec protects in ways other oils can't.
If you want to move ahead in any career, you have to know what most employers want. Like how to work with a team, how to handle responsibility, how to take on a tough job and see it through. You can learn all these things in the Army. So when you do set off on the road to success, you'll already be in the driver's seat.
From precious metals to fashion colors, Cross writing instruments are the perfect gift for everyone on your Christmas list. From your favorite uncle to the kid who delivers the paper. And if you buy any 4 Cross pens or pencils before December 31st, we'll send you a Medalist ballpoint pen as our gift, which could come in handy. Cross, the perfect gift since 1846.
We are back as the Aggie faithful with some signs of their own. Even the Canes can't whoop us now. Pumps it once, going to go on top. And incomplete. Sherman Smith is the man that he wanted. And Mike, here is a most telling stat. As it's 31-17. Look at this third quarter yardage. We talked about the Cougar defense getting a little bit weary. 219 yards, Texas A&M, only 44 for the Cougars.
Well, we talked about the first 6 minutes being important to set the tempo. Well, they've set the tempo. A&M offense has set it for the defense with their yardage and keeping the Houston defense on the field and just being able to gain yardage and score points.
This running play will pick up that first down at the 45. Jason Atkinson, the junior out of Houston Westfield, is the man getting off the bottom of the pile. Possession 29-14 to 16-35. Quick screen incomplete. Boy, if I'm a wide receiver, I'm not sure how high I want to go for that because you can hear the thundering herd coming after you.
Remember, Texas giving up the 350 yards on the screens to the outside. A&M stressed that in practice. Houston has not been able to complete a screen to the outside for yardage. When you emphasize something in practice all week, your players know and come in well prepared.
14 minutes and 29 seconds left to play in this one. As you look at John Jenkins, his ball club led 17-10 at halftime. Aggies have come back with 14 unanswered in the second half. Here they come. No, they fake the pitch. They go the other direction, and Lamar Smith fought it rather than catching it.
They have run this play so many times that the defensive linemen aren't even playing the little shovel draw. They're playing Jimmy Klingler all the way. Bob Toledo making his adjustments with the freshman quarterback. Played for Vic Rowan at San Francisco State. Very successful coach out on the West Coast.
And now Klingler wants a timeout. The 25-second clock was down to 3. And let's take the timeout with him. So the Aggies with 21 unanswered points on top.
A Big Mac and a Diet Coke, please.
Get the extra value meal. It's only $2.99, plus you get fries.
We'll just have some of yours.
No, I ordered fries because I want fries. They're mine, not yours. If you want fries with dinner, get your own.
McDonald's Big Mac Extra Value Meal for just $2.99. That's right, $2.99 for a delicious Big Mac, medium Coke Classic, and, of course, a large order of our world-famous fries.
Mom, could I have some of my fries?
Thanks, honey. But I'll just have some of your father's.
McDonald's tonight.
Who has the advanced training and equipment to take care of the advanced technology on your GM vehicle? You know who. Mr. Goodwrench, the smart choice for your smart car.
Ooh, darling, I need you so. Never gonna let you go.
Capture the ones you love without missing out on the fun yourself with a Sony Handycam, America's most popular camcorder.
If you're not familiar with the Nokia 101 cellular phone from Finland, we'd like to break the ice. Nokia is the second largest manufacturer of cellular phones in the world and second largest supplier to the U.S. To see Nokia's breakthrough cellular technology for yourself, go to your nearest dealer and get your hands on a Nokia 101 from Finland. Nokia. It's good to be well connected.
ESPN's presentation of Thursday Night CFA is brought to you by Nokia Mobile Phones, supplying cellular phones to the world. Welcome back to the Astrodome in Houston, Texas. Ron Franklin along with Mike Gottfried and Adrian Karsten. And if you're tuning in to see Sports Center, sit back and relax. We still have 14 minutes and 24 seconds of football remaining on this Thursday edition of CFA Primetime. The Houston Cougars trying to get back in it as the Texas Aggies were down by 7 points at halftime, and they have come back and scored 21 unanswered in the second half. Gets him set. Pressure from the outside, puts it up. He's got the single coverage, and he underthrows it. Sherman Smith is the guy that he wanted. Patrick Bates had the cover.
You have to give Bob Davies some credit for the adjustments that they made at the halftime. Both offensively and defensively, they're doing some different things. Patrick Bates, man coverage with good coverage. Jimmy Klingler didn't have time to throw the football accurately. They made some nice adjustments at halftime.
Jimmy is one of his last 5 as you look at Avance. Kicking to Derek Frazier. Another outstanding kick. Boy, what a block just inside the 20-yard line as he will take it out to the 24. 47-yard punt and 18 on the return. Let's take a break. We'll be back to Houston in just a moment.
She says she waits by the truck because she can't stand to see me get hurt. And that makes 2 of us.
Here's to rodeo cowboys, the women who love them,
and cowboy cut jeans. Wrangler.
Introducing the Bud Light Jaguar Racing Team. Catch it this season.
Let's go. All revved up and ready to go.
How do we get the truck back?
Throw it in reverse.
Let's go.
It's a very sophisticated system. You're probably better off taking it to the GM dealership.
We haven't got that kind of equipment here. Best bet's the dealership.
Pretty tricky stuff out of our league.
Sorry, try the dealership.
The dealership?
The GM dealership.
The affordable Canon CJ10. The power of color is yours.
Get the power!
I got one more race to go. The Hooters 500. Sunday on ESPN. I'm really going to enjoy this one.
Well, the Houston Cougars playing host to the Texas Aggies, 31-17 right now for the undefeated Ags as they go for their 10th win of the year. And if you wonder why they're playing 12 games, they played at Disney Classic in Anaheim, so they are allowed, since that game was played early, to play the 12 games regular season. Running play straight ahead. You can see that marker coming in, and that's the umpire who threw it. Generally, that is offensive holding.
In the third quarter, Houston was held to 41 yards passing. Texas A&M had 143 yards passing. So they're controlling the game in the air. Corey Pulig with a nice evening throwing the football. He's an impressive young quarterback. Tommy Frazier's impressive at Nebraska. Patrick Sapp at Clemson. Freshman quarterbacks all over the place.
So the holding call is stepped off against Texas A&M. I think probably the most impressive thing about Pulig, who is a freshman out of high school from Deer Park, is, you know, they had some tough sledding in that first half, and he not only stayed with what they were trying to do, but he did it with a lot of poise and maintained his confidence. He had to take 4 stitches in his chin at halftime, and he just didn't seem to be affected by the whole thing.
You're right. R.C. Slocum and his coach did a nice job at halftime. Composure.
Rodney Thomas breaks the tackle. He's loose. 30, 35, and out to the 38-yard line. John W. Brown stopped him, but it's a gain of 17.
In fairness to Houston and John Jenkins and Melvin Robinson, their defensive team is just wore down right now.
Yeah.
There's no substitutes. Rodney Thomas on just a sprint draw play to the left. You see a lot of people standing around. That's the first sign of tired. Missed tackles by Jerome Williams, number 17. That's the second thing you notice when your team's tired. There's another stumbling player. It's just a tired defensive football team on the field. That A&M's just running at will, throwing the football, whatever they want to do right now, they're doing.
And Rodney Thomas playing with an injured right shoulder. Now has 74 yards on 13 carries. Here he comes again. You know, at that time it looked as though that he turned the right shoulder rather than absorbing that lick on the left one. Probably a little bit ouchy right now. Here's the storyline if you've just joined us. Texas A&M Hill, 3 rushing touchdowns, 21 unanswered points in the second half. And Houston outgained 43-48 in the second half, and also 8 penalties against the Cougars. And also, we have unofficially 5 dropped passes by Houston in the second half. So Klingler has had a tough situation.
Control, tempo, all Houston first half, all A&M so far in the second half.
Another part of that thing of drop passes is A&M's defense turning up the pressure some more. Pull it, throw back on the screen, that's Thomas. Still on his feet, and I think the players thought that maybe his knee was down, and they stopped for a second.
Look at him walking around, though. If we get a picture of the defense, they're just walking all over the football field. It's just a tired football team defensively. They're just walking, they're tired, their hands are on their hips, they're missing tackles, there's no substitutions to come in for them. They just don't have any depth.
All right, now here's what I was talking about. It seemed as though the player stopped for a moment. Watch his knee.
Well, his knee's on the ground.
And that's the reason everybody stopped, because in the colleges, that's where it's supposed to be spotted. First down. Carries it to the left side. This time ball is loose. Ventress on the hit.
Having to pull the bodies apart literally.
Jerome Williams comes up with the recovery.
Boy, Pulig with the handoff to Rodney Thomas. Remember, he's got the sore shoulder. Tackle made by Nigel Ventress, number 49, and the ball just is out. If he has a sore shoulder, maybe that's infected. Jerome Williams recovers the football.
That's the first turnover of the football game at the 12:04 mark of the fourth quarter. Keep in mind, A&M leads it by 14, but with this offense, doesn't take very long to get it in the end zone. Go with the running play, though. Lamar Smith is hit by Tackleman.
A&M has done a better job on defense in the second half of disguising their fronts, moving around a little bit more, giving different looks to the offensive line of Houston, turning up the pressure a little bit more on Jimmy Klingler.
Pressure. Ball underthrown because his arm was hit. And let's go to Adrian Karsten. Adrian?
Ron, from the offensive chalkboard here on the Houston sideline, word has just come down from upstairs. The coaches are telling Coach Jenkins it looks like the receivers can beat A&M defensive backs deep. What they're going to try to do is get right up in their face and then break back off the ball, come back toward Klingler, get separation from those defensive backs. Then they go into their BIM limited, their BMMLTD, beat my man for the long touchdown.
Well, it's hard to throw deep when your quarterback's getting hit like Ray Mickens, number 24. Now, that's the first time they were able to really put some pressure on Jimmy Klingler, but it's because they're doing a good job at disguising.
You see the figures that he has tonight. Had that good first half. That ball almost intercepted. Ron Peters, the intended receiver. That's probably the worst pass that Jimmy's thrown tonight.
Totally have disrupted the rhythm of the offense. Bob Davey and his adjustments and R.C. Slocum on the sideline have just totally making the rhythm of this offense. Look, he's running to his left, trying to throw back. Ron Peters, number 10, stops on the throw, and then they're just totally out of rhythm.
Broke off his route. They have missed their last 5 passes, have the Cougars. A-match kick. This is Frazier from 14. The man who will get credit for the tackle. That's 41 yards on the kick and 28 on the return. Quickly, here is a scoring summary in case you joined us late. Houston bolted on top. Freddie Gilbert, a 23-yard touchdown reception. Extra point was good. Then the Aggies came back. Tyler Harrison, the left offensive guard on a Ruski, took the ball 25 yards into the touchdown. They tied it. Lamar Smith, 8:46 of the second quarter, a 1-yard run, and the Cougars up by 7. Venetoulias came back with a 35-yard field goal that made it 14-10. And then the Cougars with a field goal. We'll show you more in just a moment. Wide open is Matthews inside the 35-yard line. Steve Harris defensively. 25 yards in the play. Then the Aggies came back with a field goal to make it, or Houston did rather, to make it 17-10, and that's how we stood at halftime. Aggies came right back in the third quarter. Greg Hill with a 10-yard run, tied at 17. A&M again. Greg Hill on a 9-yard run, 24-17. And then A&M, Greg Hill on a 4-yard run, 31-17.
Scoring summary was easy for you to say. Get you some oxygen.
31-17 with 10:45 left of the ball game. Right ahead to Carter. He'll have 1 maybe a couple, but that's about it. Ryan McCoy hits him. So the scoring by quarters. Houston scored first. And A&M with 10 in the second, 21 in the third for their 31 points. Thomas going to be stopped for a short gain. Again, it's Ryan McCoy.
John Jenkins done a nice job here at Arkansas. He took over for Jack Pardue here in Houston, and he played at Arkansas. Frank Broyles was his coach, and two of the assistants that he had while he was at Arkansas as a player was Joe Gibbs and Ray Berry. So he's played for some outstanding coaches, and a football book meant a lot to him. I'll get into it after this play. He read a book from Tiger Ellison.
And of 7 of 11 on third down conversion. You see the shovel pass. And Greg Hill is not going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's Alan Aldridge and Ryan McCoy. Nice defensive play for the Cougars.
Talking about John Jenkins, he read a book by Glenn Tiger Ellison. He's a high school football coach at Middletown High School in Middletown, Ohio. Was also an assistant for Woody Hayes at Ohio State. Wrote the book about the run and shoot. He read it. He was a defensive coach for Emory Ballard at Mississippi State, and knew that someday when he got his chance to be a head coach or a coordinator, he was going to run the run and shoot. And he's had a lot of new wrinkles to it.
Venetoulias with an attempt of 46 yards. He's got plenty of distance on this one. Just off to the left, no good. So we'll take a break. 8:38 left in the ball game. Aggies by a couple of touchdowns.
Susan has been kidnapped by her own father.
Hi, Daddy.
He thought he was doing the right thing, but now...
This is like being in jail.
If you're on the run and you're looking for a way out, call 1-800-A-WAY-OUT, a special hotline for people just like you. We're not the police or the government. We're Child Find, people who care and want to help.
Who are you talking to, Daddy?
A friend?
Call 1-800-A-WAY-OUT.
Hi, folks. At Liberty Dayton Chrysler, Plymouth Dodge, Jeep Eagle, and Liberty Texas, we're right in the middle of our October sell-a-thon. We've got everything discounted. A 1993 loaded Jeep Cherokee Sport, only $16,500. So what do? Pick up the phone, dial 1-800-833-8841, and let's talk your terms.
Take Highway 90 to the 146 bypass in Liberty.
It's a question of who. Will it be the high-priced superstar or the young phenom down on the farm? The Major League Baseball Expansion Draft, Tuesday on ESPN.
Tonight on SportsCenter, baseball's expansion lists are leaked, and Steve Howe is back in the game. The Shack introduces his magic act to the Bullets, and we'll go to Vegas for analysis and predictions on Friday's title bout. All coming up after the game.
Well, there you see the time, 31-17 our score. Texas A&M leading in this fourth quarter.
I inadvertently made a couple mistakes. I said Jack Pardue, his alias, that's Jack Pardee, that John Jenkins took over for.
If their season doesn't improve for the owners, he might want to go by Pardue.
That's UE, Pardue.
Klingler zings this one. Sherman Smith going to be hit and pushed back, and now we'll see where they're going to give him progress to it. Is right at the first down line as Aaron Glenn came to make the strike.
A&M's even breaking on the ball better in the second half. Aaron Glenn, number 31.
There is a marker that is down behind the quarterback as you look at the Houston possessions in the second half. And probably the most important thing that has keyed the fatigue of the defense. Look at the plays. 4 and out, 3 and out, 7 and out, and then 3 and out.
We have holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
John Jenkins paces, and he knows that if he could hit a big strike right here, that with this offense, he could be right back in it.
They're not in sync offensively right now. They just really have, A&M has just completely thrown them out of their game.
Cougs have only 3 second-half first downs. First and 29. There's that shovel pass again. This time it's Sanders who was shaken up. Good to see him back in the ball game, and he's okay. Sam Adams defensively for the Aggies. Big Sam, the Southwest Conference Freshman of the Year in 1991, and of course his father was a very good player with the New England Patriots. Klingler has it complete, I believe, at the 26. Yes, they'll spot him down. Sherman Smith. Gain of 13.
A&M continues to confuse the Houston offense here with a little late twist on the offensive line by the 2 tackles to come free and put pressure. Jimmy Klingler just a little low throw there.
3rd down and 12. Blitz for the outside. You can see Buckley coming after him, and the pass is caught by Peters. Peters is still running. They say he didn't step out of bounds. We're going to get a touchdown signal, or was he out?
It's on the A&M side of the field, so I think
it is a touchdown, Mike.
R.C. Slocum scratching his head. Bob Davis scratching his. Jimmy Klingler's over there with him to explain what happened.
All right, now you judge for yourself as you look at a very, very unhappy R.C. Slocum. Is he out of bounds or what?
I think the first question is whether he pushed off. He's not out of bounds yet.
Oh, he's...
Oh, yes, sir. Give that one to the Southwest Conference officials.
And it happened right in front of R.C. and wouldn't stay on him too long, guys.
Playing this game in Canada, R.C. Widen the field on you.
Oh, what, the Cougars had that happen to them against Texas. So all of a sudden, it is a 31-23 ball game, and the Cougars are going for 2. Pass incomplete.
Interference.
And there comes the flag.
On Derek Frazier, number 23. Daniel Adams, number 2, going for the football. There's the bump. With his left arm, he really comes up under the arm of Daniel Adams. The problem for Houston.
Yeah, pass interference.
There's not much difference being on the 3 and move it up a little closer because they still probably will throw the football. Or the trap up inside with the superback.
That's what they run. The trap play, and it will not go. Keefa Chatton is there to make the tackle.
I like the call going for 2. I didn't like the play call, but I like the idea of going for 2. You're still behind by 8. You can make a 2-point play, but he was trying to win the football game, John Jenkins, to get that 2-point play and be ahead of the game.
Well, this Tuesday live, starting at 2 o'clock, ESPN brings you the Major League Baseball expansion draft. Florida Marlins and the Colorado Rockies will choose their teams, and ESPN will be there to bring every pick to you. During the 7 p.m. Sports Center on November the 16th, we'll also have a live coverage of the coin toss between the Marlins and the Rockies for the #1 pick. Bill White, the National League president, will flip the coin. Joe Morgan, Peter Gammons, Ray Knight, Dave Campbell, and the rest of our baseball experts will be on hand to analyze the picks. That's Tuesday, live, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And speaking of baseball, Art Howe, the manager of the Astros, and he is like invited as a special or an honorary coach tonight. In fact, he told me this afternoon he was given a little pep talk in the locker room before the ball game.
Well, I like his baseball team. He's had a young baseball team here. Ron, interesting call by John Jenkins on when the ball was moved closer to the 1.5-yard line. Then Texas A&M's figuring it's going to be a run, and they tried to sneak the trap up, and that's the tough thing about running the football, run and shoot. When you throw the ball so much, it's difficult to knock somebody off the ball for that yard. But John obviously felt like they could get that yard that they needed on the ground.
Here are the numbers on Klingler. 22 of 43, 364 yards, 2 touchdowns. 12th career 300-yard passing game, 6th on this season. Cougars kick it off. 31-23 our score. 7:02 left in this one. This is Billy Mitchell. He's off to the races. Caught inside the 5. John Brown is the man who ran him down. Number 22. First of all, a little collision of who's going to take the football. Now Billy Mitchell, there's a missed tackle. There's a missed tackle. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4 missed tackles. 5. Now he breaks open, and John Brown, number 22, is going to close the gap and make the tackle. 95 yards on the kick return, and just like that, the 4th-ranked Aggies are sitting with a 1st and goal. Carter and does not get in. It's McCoy, the middle linebacker. So close here, Ron, you might let the freshman quarterback sneak it in, try to get that 6'3" frame in the end zone. How close the football sits. Hill and Thomas in the backfield now as Doug Carter goes to the sideline. Thomas over the top. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Look at this right down the line of scrimmage. Miguel Ventress very vocal. Let's see if the ball breaks the plane. Nope. Rodney Thomas, at least it didn't look like to me. Officials are having a tough night here. Ryan McCoy with the hit. As you look at Ventulius with the extra point. And with 6:02 left to play in the ball game, it is Texas A&M 38 and the Houston Cougars 23. We look at the top 5, the AP top 5. Miami first, Alabama 2, Michigan 3. We're looking at the number 4 team, and Florida State back in the picture at number 5. The opponent's winning percentage, Miami 56,
43 Alabama, 41 Michigan, Texas A&M 39, and Florida State 57% of their games the opponents have won. Remaining schedule: Miami, Temple this weekend. A tough game at Syracuse, tough to play in the Dome, and then at San Diego State. Alabama, the game we have, Ron, Mississippi State, Auburn, and then the SEC championship game. If Alabama's vulnerable, I think it's that game, because the Auburn game is so emotional, then they have to play that extra game. Michigan at Illinois, at Ohio State, Texas A&M, TCU at Texas. Florida State has Tulane, and then the finale with Florida. Don't count Florida State out. Is there a chance Florida State could play Miami if some things happened along the way? Wouldn't that be something?
I'm sure that there's some way, but it's very distant. Moffitt 4 yards deep, and he'll just go down on one knee. Total offense now 470 yards for the Aggies, 445 for the Houston Cougars. Mike mentioned that Alabama-Mississippi State game. That's where we'll be on Saturday evening, Starkville, Mississippi. Adrian Karsten as well.
They're probably burning the midnight oil in Starkville tonight. Watson, Brown, Jackie Sherrill, and the offense trying to figure a way to move the football against that great Alabama defense of Bill Oliver and Mike DeVoe as the defensive coaches.
Supposed to turn pretty chilly over there by Saturday night. Dry, but kind of cool. Zings this one. Did he have possession? Ball was hit and either fumbled or incomplete, and they say incomplete. Adrian Karsten, what do you have for us?
Well, I've got a major league college football fan down here. I mean that literally. With me, Art Howe, manager of the Houston Astros. What's been your experiences here on the Cougar sideline tonight, Coach?
Well, it's been highs and lows. The first half, the Cougars were on top, and it looks like it's the other way around.
How long ago was it that you played for the Cowboys in Wyoming? Don't mean to put you on the spot here now.
Too long ago. It's back in '65.
Thanks very much, Coach. Good luck this coming year.
Thank you.
Adrian, I wish you'd have asked him. I know he's a coach tonight. Did he coach the first half or the second half?
I'd like to know who his coach. I'd like to know who his coach was at Wyoming. Was it?
Yeah, Adrian, can you ask him those two questions? Who his coach was at Wyoming, and also which half has he coached?
First question is, who was the coach at Wyoming when you were playing for Coach Godfrey?
Lloyd Eaton. Lloyd Eaton was the head coach there.
All right, they also got the word upstairs that you were honorary coach for a half year, and they want to know which half.
First half, definitely.
I knew that, Arthur.
I'm not going to take anything for this second half here.
Typical front runner.
That's a manager for you guys.
Yeah, they didn't move enough around with the bunts.
Texas A&M has not had an interception nor a sack of Jimmy Klingler tonight.
And last year they got the quarterback 11 times. That pass is thrown complete. You know, one other note in baseball, Ozzie Smith was in town talking with the Astros today.
I wonder if he came out and looked at the carpet to see if it was smooth enough to play
do those flips
there. Yeah, that flip too.
5 minutes and 42 seconds left to play in this one.
We have a dead ball foul, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Now that's the 21st penalty of this football game. Going up on top, and this one well out of bounds.
know, you start thinking about, we talk about the Heisman each week, but Coach of the Year candidates, Dennis Erickson, it's enough just to have a good football team, but to continue to win. Gene Stallings at Alabama, what he's accomplished there. R.C. Slocum here at Texas A&M. Dick Tomey, who started the season, and they had a chance to beat Miami, almost beat them 8-7, and then upset Washington. Tom Coughlin, the job he's doing at Boston College. Bob Wagner quietly getting it done at Hawaii, 7-1. Just some of the people that would be considered for Coach of the Year.
Quick pass to Sherman Smith. He's going to cut it back into the middle. And that is Marcus Buckley. You could see him coming full steam and took him down hard at the 35.
Marcus Buckley is a football player. This press box is full of pro scouts tonight. Here to watch Marcus Buckley. Quickness as he tries to beat the block of Jim Herndon, 76'8", 295-pound freshman.
Smith now 8 catches, 103 yards. This is his third career 100-yard receiving game. It also gives him a total of 81 catches for the season. And dumps this one out to Lamar Smith, and he's going to have the first down. Out of bounds out at the 45. Reggie Graham pushes him out.
They wanted to make sure they got him out of bounds this time.
And let's go back to Adrian.
Ron, I'm surrounded by Aggie cadets here. Something interesting is going on here now. After doing all their humping here and yell leading, they said that on Saturday, when we hop over to Starkville for the Alabama-Mississippi State game, they're actually cheering for their former coach, Jackie Sherrill, because if he knocks off Alabama, then, of course, the Aggies move up in the standings, hopefully number 3. So here, humping and yell leading, you guys are coaching for Jackie Sherrill?
Yes, sir. Go, Jackie, beat Alabama!
Yes, sir.
On first down, Klingler gets it away. Kind of thrown harmlessly in between the two. Buckley with pressure on the quarterback.
Getting a little bit more pressure on Jimmy Klingler. The offensive line kept him from being sacked tonight. 25 out of 50, 394 yards and 2 TDs.
You know, Adrian, with the members of the Corps down there, this actually is not a Corps game because it's not played on Saturday. Normally, if it were a Corps game, they'd have the parade down South Main, and there would be even more people here. Side the 45 and down to the 41. That's a gain of 13.
One thing when you look at that clock with 4:28 to go on the clock here in the fourth quarter, Houston is very capable of exploding, getting a score, onside kick. I mean, there's plenty of time for this offense.
Ninth play of the drive for Houston coming up here. 38-23 our score. A&M on top. Going for the whole thing again. Ball is caught for a touchdown. Ron Peters, 42 yards.
And just like that, the dynamite explodes, and Ron Peters for the touchdown pass. RC just can't relax.
Well, he's the one who was quoted as saying, "You never have enough points against this offense or this team."
Now they have to make up their mind whether they want to go for 2 or 1.
That looks like Trace Kraft running from way down the field, and they at least are setting up for the extra point.
Now they're setting themselves up. If they can score, then they can go for 2 unless they fake it here. Because if they make the extra point, they'll be down by 8.
Up there down by 8. He splits them.
Here's what you got to think about now, Ron. If John Jenkins, a decision he has to make now, he hasn't stopped Texas A&M on offense. Do you take your gamble now? Do you onside kick? I do right now. Because they haven't been able to stop him. Here's the pass to Ron Peters, number 10. Jimmy Klingler with a great throw here. Aaron Glenn Pretty good coverage, just underplays the football. Ron Peters for the touchdown. I'm asking you now, 409, you onside kick now, or do you kick it deep?
Definitely, because the Aggie running game has been so much more potent here in the second half. A couple of first downs, and all of a sudden you're down to a minute.
I think you have a better shot at onside kick right now. Usually, I would say you kick the ball deep, hold them, get the ball back, but I don't think they can hold Texas A&M, so they may have a better chance with the onside kick. And it looks like the good hands people.
Here's what you have to be careful of if you're Texas A&M. 4 touchdown drives by Houston. 106, 120, 136, 153. That's how quickly it happens.
You can score quick with a run and shoot because all the routes are down the football field. A&M's figuring it's going to be an onside kick. They have DBs, wide receivers on the field.
The good hands team.
Who's the special teams coach talking to the officials.
The Aggie cheer, which they have used for years, sit-down bus driver.
Where's he at? Oh, I thought you were talking to the bus drivers in here. Tommy Kaiser meets with his special team, gives them their order.
Klingler, this is his 5th career 400-yard passing game. Total yards for Houston tonight, 530.
Sean Slocum works a little bit with the special teams for Texas A&M, the son of R.C. Slocum. So he's a little nervous right now.
He advances, and he's going to kick a line drive, and it's been picked up at the 23-yard line. And Mickens just slides down on one knee to make sure there's no collision or fumble. 4:06 left to play.
Houston, Melvin Robertson will have them crowding the line of scrimmage with 8 defensive players. He knows he has to get a stop now if Houston have any chance to win. John Jenkins with a bullhorn. That bullhorn was outlawed by the Southwest Conference. That you couldn't use a bullhorn to get information onto the field, but you see what John's doing. He's using it for his voice. Bullhorn rule of the Southwest Conference.
Running play stopped by Ventress at just about the line of scrimmage. Greg Hill may have one. Well, tonight's Wrangler players of the game are from Texas A&M, number 4, Corey Pullig. His numbers 17 to 26, 272 yards. And for the Houston Cougars, number 15, Jimmy Klingler. Look at those numbers, 436, 3 touchdowns, 26 of 51. Houston averaging 53 passes a ball game. Play action. And again, it's a deep curl, dug in hard, and Harrison couldn't come up with the football. Now it is 3rd down.
Ron, that stops the clock also with 3:21 to go on the clock. And if you're wondering out there, Houston has 1 timeout left. So if they can get a stop here, they don't even have to use their timeout because they can use the run and shoot to manipulate the clock. But they need a stop right now on this Texas A&M offense.
There you see the timeouts. Aggies with 2. They want none. They just want the clock to go. And Houston with 1. 3rd down. The line to make the 41. intercepted. Ryan McCoy.
I tell you, don't go to the refrigerator.